again is it's okay to be number two. We are going to be talking about the journey to assisting without being overshadowed and success for women in leadership. So, Mr. Jackson, let's start. On count of you as the assistant general coordinator. Your first reaction when you were announced as sister welfare, what was your first reaction?
I cried.
And why was that?
Looking at the kind of people we have to manage, the kind of those that are qualified than me. Before then, and me, I was thinking that it's for like my family. So I met my mentor, and like me and my friend, she was saying this stuff and saying when it's fun and there, that's something I don't love me that. I was not that. I was having some lapses to try. It was like me. When you need me, I'm not after the. And I told myself that I was not qualified for the post. I was feeling people were more qualified than me. That was why I tried. Because I know that the journey is not for the weak.
So let's go back to your upbringing. What was your upbringing like? Because in different upbringing, women are meant for the kitchen. Leadership now and your upbringing, is there a correlation? What were you brought up with about women in leadership? Are women supposed to even take positions or you were mentored to expect?
But looking at my mom, I realized that women are not only meant for the kitchen. And when I now come into the campus, I now saw many people, many women that did their well. Many people that did their well. Even looking at Ketri Kuma, when someone called me to sit down, after the mention that, I was like, what do you mean that this man is calling me?
Background show that you were well brought up, you had a good
Let's talk about the executive. How many males, how many females?
We have 3 males and the rest of us are females.
Okay, so
We have 2 locations. In my location, we have 3 males as the coordinator, then the others are women.
okay, so what is it like working with males? Especially men that already in their DNA, they believe that women should be silent. Right. So what was it working with males in leadership?
I really bless God for the kind of male coordinators He gave me. But I didn't have any, like it was working smooth because of the kind of male. And my GP was a strong backbone. Then I need backbone and my maintenance coordinator. That's why even if it's there, I don't even go to. I don't know to do so. They really helped me. They made my way and the system to be smooth. Even because when they gave me the leadership, I have to talk to my predecessors, the people that sat before me. They told me so many things, but I didn't pass through what they passed through because of the people I have. People that whenever I call, even in the middle of the night, they will start praying. Even when I'm weak, you will see them, they will start praying. They really help. I didn't
Experience that.
yes.
Okay, now, so before you became a sister welfare, you were just a woman.
Yeah.
And mostly the number of friends you have are there, most men. Now, the moment you move from being a woman to being a coordinator, normally, naturally, there are persons that they will just feel like, I want to move to leadership. She will report me, she will join me and this. How were you able to, like, what was the response or what was the reaction of some of your friends, either worker and non-worker? And when were you able to cope and still maintain that even though you are a coordinator, you are still able to relate with them?
Their reaction, I don't know whether they were with me. I don't know whether they were with me. What I saw that day was excitement. Even as I was crying, they were laughing, smiling. So relating with them, like one thing I developed related to this I don't know, God just gave me, there is this kind of accommodation that even in the church, if the sister, you don't know that the sister welfare, unless they want it, but I make sure that I give myself to their stage so that everyone can be open to me. So that everyone, if you see me talking to even my coordinator, my I call her sister welfare. Before I tell her anything, I'll first go and tell my workers, my relatives, the workers, the sister workers. Why? Because let them not feel that because they are not coordinators and I'm just doing something. Before I agree, don't do anything. If I have vision, I will go and share with them and thank God for them. They are always ready to go. If this one is not good, they will tell me, Mama, this one is not good, they will not go for this. And I said, okay, this one is good. So I relate to them like we are all equal. I kept the position aside. Yes, there are points being the position, yes, but I kept it aside so that they will be free to relate with me.
In TLC, we sometimes call sister welfare, sister warfare. Not even welfare, warfare coordinator. And most times, the only time we see you is when you want to cook and when you want to play toilets. So how were you able to go beyond warfare and toilet and cooking and doing saga not program for sisters to impact the life of the sisters?
Praise the Lord. In my church, we gave audience to everyone. The sister welfare, the GC, the AGC, these three core leaders, they are giving adequate audience. So I was not only in the teaching field. They gave me time to talk to the church, the people, and if I have any idea or anything, I wrote to my second sister welfare. We deliberate on it. Thank God gave us a sister GC then, three of us, and God made it that three of us were rest of family. So anyone with any vision, anyone with any come together, we share it, and because we have a sister it was easy for us because even if we can't do it by ourselves because of the sister welfare, the GC in the sister can take it up and yeah.
Okay, so let's talk about leadership. Before you become a leader, you usually have a different perception about leadership. But when you get in, you also have new perception. So, what was your perception when you got into leadership? What were the challenges you faced, and how were you able to navigate those challenges? Started being a female, then you have to sometimes interface with males, and also other times with females.
The challenge I remember I had was my inability to call. That's the only challenge I have. I can talk to you, but I can't to call. I don't know, even for now, even to call someone, you can chat, but to call was the problem. So what I did then was, I talked to my follow-up coordinator. Any number I get, I give it to her. Since I can't call, I give it to her. Then we have sister sports, we have money, I give her one for airtime. She is always the one calling me. What I was doing is that did you call this person? How to shoot this and this? So that was the only perception about leadership, especially that we say that you don't say properly, they are overwhelming. But God helping me, the only time I know that He didn't say one place is doing is this. I can just see that both of the sister as they work only ministry. Because the sister welfare, you will welfare everybody, even the brother to come. Sister welfare my stomach. Even when you don't have, you will look for ways in order to please, in order to help.
Balance. Now you have a responsibility as a workaholic. And as a working, and then you have your academics, you have your normal life. How are you able to maintain balance so that your academics is not affected, your personal relationship is not affected? How are you able to maintain balance as a leader?
Okay, when I was in school, I was still doing my business. God helped me. I do my business mostly on Saturdays, Sundays, and then there was no school on Monday. So I do all my production Saturday, either Saturday, Sunday, or Monday.
To you, what advice do you give from personal experience? Even though you are number two, that you still find women, how can we be number two and not feel intimidated?
I like being at the back, when nobody see me. So that anything I'm doing, I'll know that I'm not doing it for anybody. Being number two doesn't mean you are weak. It doesn't mean that you are not seen. It means that you are chosen, trusted to carry another person's vision and you have to raise yourself without losing your identity. Not to lose what I have. Because being number two, you have time when you are dragged, when you are slacking away, you have time to betray, you have time to give yourself the thing. If you cannot give yourself the thing without standing on the road, you may be at that pulpit every time and you be losing yourself, you will not know. Just know that being number two shows that God can rely on you to support the vision, to pray behind the scene, to build others up, to serve without needing
If
applause.
you can go back and fix anything, is there anything you can fix as a leader?
Yes,
Which is?
invitation and calling.
Is there anything you did and you say, by the grace of God, thank God for this?
Yes,
Which is?
I was carrying all my babies. I was reality. Own your space. Live with humility. Serve with joy. And walk in confidence. In God's kingdom, the last can be the best. And the ones behind the scene are often the ones holding it all together.